Hey, do you remember that day that J-Lo and Rodriguez, they had that whole little dance off, and she was dressed in like New York Mets theme, and she had the pinstripe suit. Look, it's my pinstripe suit. Does it compare? I know I'm not comparing myself with Jennifer. I'm actually more interested in another Lopez because apparently he got stolen from again, but that's local, and I don't want to mix up my local beef with the other side of the baseball. Baseball has two teams. So am I gonna have to go toe to toe with myself and my long hair all down and sundry with that kind of ebullience, which in some contexts I would be allowed to have without reproach or recrimination? It would actually be expected that was the kind of decorum I had. But then on the other hand, the way I understand this works is that you don't ever get your own team because they like to take you and make you dance for the opposition, and then they trash you and slander you and bitch you down and try to convince you that you're actually one of theirs as a way to completely try to humiliate the people you actually come from. Which then, what do when that swap happens? And especially if it happens with somebody that's very culturally distinct from them. And because there's been no disclosure ahead of time, there's all of this miscommunication, and there's all of these things that are actually very offensive, like this. Because what do we have here on page? No, give me a second. I just want to make sure I get it right. Oh, right here. It's a double page A6 and A7. As frozen land burns, Siberia trembles. Does anybody remember those fires last year? It wasn't in Siberia. It was somewhere else. You see, it was in a country that people really want to be growing cannabis right now. But somehow they had these grain fields that got set on fire. Why would somebody burn wheat? But that's not what's burning in Siberia, right? Frozen land burns, Siberia trembles. That says something. Dry land, global warming, increased elevated temperatures. It means arable land that's going to be able to grow things, and then you're going to need water. And, if you have to figure out how to make water accessible, maybe to put out a fire because the fire starts, what are you going to do about water access when it comes to marijuana cultivation? See, this is a question that I'm really concerned about, and I would hope any team I was on would also be really concerned about, right? But we're not done, because what's important here, I believe, is that the team consideration is don't think so much about that, because there's other things that we're focused on that we've lined up for a long time, and it's only if you've been in certain places at certain times that you're going to understand, right? And I happen to be one of those people that's well traveled. Page A15, right here. What's this picture here? Atlanta. Nothing like that picture of Atlanta and this very, very authoritative looking man. Thriving or not. Historically black colleges seize moment. Thriving. Well, it would make a lot difference. It would be a lot different if there wasn't another article for the other team regarding a Turkey Greek transport involving refugees. And this says thriving or not. Well, it's from page A1. Well, wait a second. This is the one that got the front page coverage. So let's see what we're working from, because this is what happens when you get there late. What are they dealing with in the first page? What was the headline here? Thriving or not, black colleges seize moment. Oh, it's the same, and it's written by Stephanie Saul, Saul. Okay, but that's not the big matter here. Why? Because this is what the other team is going to be dealing with, especially with their ambition. Walmart loses suit on firing of employee with disability by Michael Levinson. Oh yeah, right? It's exactly the deal you've been waiting for this whole time. Oh my, full column on the stage left, right? Nice, but there's one more. Give me a second now. Don't get, what's really important, editorials. And what do we have in the editorials? Well, first of all, the police don't know enough about teenagers, right? Written by a Landau. See, now I don't want to tell you anything more. Landau, don't know enough about teenagers. Yes, I do want to tell you more. Why? Because what we got on the other side? Christians must fight systemic racism by Esau McCulley. That is the most racist, anti-Semitic, hate crime ass shit I've seen in a long time. It would be different if you didn't literally try to turn me and women like me for completely racist reasons into a human pinata and then try to get us to broker legal pot deals while we were completely dispossessed of our lives and we actually had the capability to deliver with that precision something that was not nearly as disgusting. But this is where we are, right? Now, I'm pretty certain that based upon your expectations of performance, you want to keep this private. And so this video should be kept offline or unlisted somewhere. Maybe only if you've got that special spreadsheet that has the list of the contractors for the city on it. And then you understand, I don't know, what is she, the secretary? The auditor? The paralegal? Compliance? Well, I don't think she was ever bipolar, was she? And I don't think you really have fucking COVID, do you? Any of you? Well, it doesn't matter because I have to get in team spirit, and then you're probably going to say I got an attitude problem like those guys on the Yankees, huh? Yeah, sometimes they get really pissed and they do things and they have these little tits and they throw tantrums, and every once in a while, you know, there's a call and somebody doesn't like it and somebody starts arguing with the ref, and then all of a sudden the coach has to come out and he has to have some words, and every once in a while that guy's like, "You're out of here!" Right? I mean, is that what you're going for? Because that's what I'm going for.